Man, I want to give my state of the Chicago Bulls at the 10 game mark. I know they currently playing New York. They're in double overtime. I don't know if the game is over or not. I'm not even watching the game. I got done watching the game after the first overtime was over. But I want to give my thoughts on the Bulls after 10 games. And the first thing I notice about the Chicago Bulls so far is the team defense. They don't have team defense. It's like they're not communicating out there on defense. They have like stretches to where they play pretty good defense, and then they have long stretches to where they don't play pretty good defense. They'll play good defense in like the first quarter, and then the second quarter, third quarter they'll let go the rope, and about the fourth quarter they'll come around and try to play a little bit more better defense. But the Bulls have to get better deep team defense because the way the NBA is constructed right now, you have to be able to play team defense because you can't hand check, you can't get real physical. So more than ever, you have to communicate on defense, and you have to be able, in my opinion, to at least stay in front of your man, on defense. So that's my first thing about the Bulls. The second thing is they're not playing together on offense. It's a lot of isolation with the Chicago Bulls. A lot of guys going one on one. It's a young team. So when you have a young team, you have the guys out there that want to prove themselves. They've been working on their game all summer, and they come back. They want to prove and show people that they have improved from the previous year. So you have a lot of that. You have a lot of guys that, to me, that are not really playmakers. They're more one-on-one type isolation players. You know what I'm saying? Like Jabari Parker, like Zach Levine, like Blakely. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that, and those are the guys that mainly have the ball in their hands. More than anything, Levine is a playmaker. Jabari Parker is a playmaker. He just needs to, deliver better passes, but he is a willing passer. Now, Blakely, on the other hand, that guy's a black hole. He's not a willing passer. Now, I was a little high on him before the season started. He did play in the summer league, did good. Him and Wendell Carter Jr. He was the leading scorer in the D League. So and then he had a few good games last year that was pretty good in limited times that he played. But as this season has gone on, man, when he gets the ball, he very rarely passes the ball. And Blakely, he takes a lot of bad shots as well. He's not a playmaker. I like Archie, whatever his name is. I always get his name messed up. But I like him better because when he comes in, he's a playmaker, and he can to some extent get his own shot. But blatantly, no. I don't. Now, to me, he's a poor man, Jamal Crawford, and a poor man, Lou Williams. And the difference between him and those two guys were proven starters before they became six men. So they have more, they have a more of a pedigree of being at least a starter in player or players that were able to show longevity in the NBA before they even became six men. Now, blatantly, he's not that. Now, like I said, he will get you a couple games where he will get hot, but to me, it's not even worth the minutes that he get. I'd rather Hudson get those minutes, and you know what I'm saying. Let Hudson come in. He has shown me that he reminds me of a young Scottie Pippen. I'm not gonna even lie, man. He has the same linky body. He's a willing defender. He gets out in transition. He's a slasher. That's exactly what Scottie Pippen was when he first came to the Bulls. To me, he handles the ball a little bit better than Scottie Pippen because Scottie Pippen, used to be out of control with the basketball. It wasn't to that third year, the end of the second year that Scottie Pippen showed, more of a feel and more control with the basketball. But Hudson, I like Hudson. Now I'm not saying he's going to be Scottie Pippen. I'm just saying he reminds me of Scottie Pippen. And Wendell Carter Jr. remind me of Horace Grant, just a little bit more offensive minded. Horace Grant was a great defender when he came in. Right off the back, he was a great rebounder, and that's what Wendell Carter is. But he's a more of a well-rounded offensive player, which it kind of goes in today's game where the power forward and the center are more scorers than what they used to be in the past. In the past, power forwards and centers were scorers, but my fault. But power forwards, they were they can score. Some of them like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley and guys of that Sean Kemp. But for the most part, they were bruisers and rebounders and guys that played really good defense. So Wendell Carter to me, and Chandler Hudson are playing great, great, great basketball in my opinion. Look like the Bulls hit again on two pretty good draft picks. Um, you know, Lauren Marketing last year they hit on him. So the Bulls have a nice future. They just got to put everything together and guys, come back healthy and see how Chris Dunn, Marketing, and Zach LaVine, who's having a great year, to me an All-Star caliber year. I mean, he's not going to make the All Star team if the Bulls don't win enough games. The Bulls have to at least win, enough games, for them to put them in there. Guys have been known to get in the All Star game when in the team have not had a lot of success, but traditionally the team success go with your All Star success because it shows that what you did had an impact on winning. But I like what Zach LaVine is doing. I told everybody that last year he was coming off the ACL. He needed time. Everybody was writing him off, saying the Bulls shouldn't give him the offer sheet. But I knew as soon as he got healthy, he's going to show what he can do because when he was in Minnesota, he was a third option and he averaged 19 points a game. And that's pretty good when you're the third option and you're averaging 19 points a game. That means you are efficient on the shots that you get because you're not gonna get that many shots, and it shows that you can play. And this year, I see Zach LaVine putting more effort on the defensive end. So the Bulls do have some guys that are willing defenders, like Chandler Hutchison. I seen like Wendell Carter, and Chris Dunn when he's healthy, he's a willing defender. But you know what I'm saying? I'm a Cameron Payne. I didn't think Cameron Payne could really play. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was more of a goofball. He was more known for being uh, Russell Westbrook dance partner before games when he was with OKC. He's playing solid though. He does make some iffy mistakes. You look at it like, what are you doing? But for the most part, he's playing very, very, very solid, and I'm pleased with his play. He needs to get a little bit more consistent, but for the most part, he is. Let me see. Felicio is a really good rebounder, but he's not much of an offensive threat, and he doesn't look to score. Um, he just he's just a guy that goes out. He's a traditional power forward. He's not a scoring power forward. He's a defensive guy that gets rebounds. I don't understand why the Bulls gave him that contract. I don't even know what the Bulls seen in him to give him that contract. I remember his rookie year, he showed, he had a couple games to where he did pretty good, but was it good to warrant to give him that contract? Not in my opinion. I thought they should have kept Wagner, the guy that they playing against tonight for the Knicks. They should have kept him over Felicio, but Felicio got that contract. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to get something out of him. But like I said, for the most part, the Bulls they have a really good young core. They only won 2 games. I don't know if they beat the Knicks. I'll go in there and check and see if they beat the Knicks later. But I thought the Bulls probably can sneak in the playoffs this year. They still will have a chance, but it will be a slim chance because you have not holiday, but you have Valentine out. Valentine is missing a lot of games. You have Chris Dunn out. You have Bobby Portis out, who was playing very well before he got hurt, and you got Lauren Markin out. And they say that those guys are not going to come back until the end of or the beginning of December. So the Bulls by that time, the Bulls will probably be what almost 30 games in. It doesn't look like the pace that they're on. They probably would only have like 8 or 9 victories, 10 at the most if they're lucky. So the Bulls might not make the playoffs this year. Now, what I'm gonna say about Fred Hoiberg, he looked like he has a hold on the the rotation. He has a nice rotation right now. I would just like to see Blakely minutes go down and Hudson minutes go up, which I think that's gonna happen. The kid is playing very well. He brings more to the table than Blakely. He brings defense. He rebounds. He runs the floor very well. Like I said about Blakely, he's a black hole, man. You don't want no black hole on your team that doesn't pass the ball. He doesn't play make, and he's not really that good of a scorer. I mean, he's a decent scorer, but he's not a great scorer. Now, if he was a great scorer, a guy to come off the bench and give you 15 a night, something like that, then you can live with his, taking bad shots every now and then, or you can live with him not being a playmaker. But if he's just going to get hot every 5 or 6 games, I mean, to me, it's not worth it. Get a young kid, Hudson, the playing time. You know what I'm saying? Give him the experience because he's your future. Blakely, no, he's not the future, man. He's not. To me, he's not part of the a winning team. You can't win with Blakely, playing the way he plays. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to dribble, pass, and shoot and play make in this league nowadays, and he doesn't do that, man. All he does is shoot, and he shoots bad shots. Tonight, down the stretch, the Bulls could have won that game. He's shooting all these crazy shots, man, not passing the ball, and you know what I'm saying. If you Blakely clearly can get his own shot right. If you know you can get your own shot, you need to set up your other teammates who cannot get their own shots, like a Wendell Carter Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like a Justin Holiday. And yeah, Justin Holiday is playing very solid. Justin Holiday plays pretty good defense. I didn't even know he was that good of a defensive player because I really didn't look at a whole lot of Bulls games last year. I looked at some, a handful. But this year I'm paying attention. I got the NBA League Pass and I got the my team, the Chicago Bulls. That those are the games I'm paying for. So I don't have the whole league pass where I can see all the teams. I just want to see one team, and I'm paying $25 a month for that. So like I said, Justin Holiday is playing very well. Sometimes his shot come and goes. When he hit that 3-point shot, he's very deadly. But at least he gives it out on the defensive end, and he's not a black hole. He passes the ball, unlike Blakely. I'm still on Blakely, man, because look, I know he don't have no trade value or nothing like that. The Bulls gonna hold on to him, but as Hudson come on and play better, Blakely gonna be buried on the bench anyway. When Valentine, Chris Dunn, Lauren Marketing, and all them guys come back, Blakely is not gonna have no playing time anyway. So I think he knows that. I think he's trying to shine and show that he should have some playing time even when those guys come back. But I'm not that big on Blakely anymore. He showed me what he is. I've seen enough of Blakely, Antonio Blakely. But yeah, that's my state on the Bulls at the 10 game mark. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. There's just too many injuries. They really didn't have a margin for error, and the injuries of Lauren Marketing and Chris Dunn and Bobby Porter's set them back big time. If all those guys was healthy, they still had an outside chance to make the playoffs. But I gave them a good chance to make the playoffs with all those guys healthy. But now I don't give them a good chance of making the playoffs. But let me know what y'all think. I'm out, man.